All right, here we go. All right, we're live. Sorry, everyone, for the for the wait. The YouTube has been acting weird for some reason. Anyway, I'm your host Alex Figueroa, and my special guest for today. This is the first time I am putting together a collectors round table where we're going to be discussing why we buy what we buy in terms of statues and figures, and whether you want to even talk about collectible, hard to find Blu-rays and 4Ks, you could do that too, but this one is mostly on statues. Why do we spend the hundreds and thousands of dollars on these statues? So with that said, I would like to introduce to everybody Hector from Instagram. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, guys? I'm doing good, man.
So we met each other through Instagram. I saw you post up a lot of the Batmans, and I reached out to you. I was like, dude, how did you get that Nightmare Batman? Because I remember that was the first time I actually talked to you was through the Nightmare Batman discussion.
Yeah, no, he was it took literally like 4 years to get that one, believe it or not. But it's it depends how late you are in the game with this collecting deal, and there's always that what's trending and right now, Justice League DC is trending right now, so everyone's trying to get all the figures.
Yeah, I call them the bandwagon. Because you know how it is. Yeah, you know how it is because, like, are they really diehards buying these stuff, or are they going to get it to resell? But tell everyone about your Instagram page. The stuff that you post up.
I've been doing Instagram. I've had an Instagram since when it first started. 2012. And then I decided I always had like a collection going back when I was in high school, a little DVD set up, nothing really big. And then when I got a job and I started making some all right money, I started just upping it up with the Blu-rays. And then my first collectible was actually that, I don't know if you remember that Independence Day. It was from Fox. It came with like a little spaceship.
Yes.
And it was through Fox only. That was really what started my collectible. As far as like collectible goes, I thought that was like the coolest thing ever. And I wanted to show people, and I'm like, let me just take a picture on Instagram. And then I didn't even know there was like a whole community of it through the hashtags. And then that's really when I started it. But it's been like since 2013 I started it, but I wasn't, really involved in it as much. And since then I've come and gone. Just the collection, it just fluctuates. I've started it all over. I've, try to, just do spring cleaning and get rid of stuff. And it's a never ending, cycle. And I'm always finding it, like changing it up. And I'm trying my best to stay away from like statues and try to get back with the Hot Toy 6-scale figures, and then and then I'll ditch them and I'll just want to get back to statues because they'll release something like just incredible, and it's back and forth, man.
Yeah, no, I get you. So, all right, so in terms of let's get away from the Blu-rays 4Ks because that's a totally different situation. What made you want to start collecting? Are you primarily DC figures, or are you like Marvel and totally different random in terms of when you buy your Hot Toys or statues?
Oh well, let's see. The first Hot Toy I saw was at a collectible store, at a DVD store, and I thought it was like the best. Like, it was amazing. I'm like, damn, this thing looks like real, and it was like the quality, and when you look at it in person, it's like different. It's a real different ordeal. Like when my friends come and they look at one of my collectibles, and they just think like it's like they can tell like it's not just an average like a toy. Like you can see the appreciation in person. And so I saw my first Hot Toy. The first figure was like a Predator, and I really was like just taken back by the details of it, and so I got him. And this was at a like I said, it was a DVD store. And then after that, I just just the floodgates opened. I did research and didn't realize they do everything. And then I got Marvel. I got they had a RoboCop line. They had just, and before I knew it, I was like really in deep with all these figures and running out of space. And so I just had to really kind of go back to the drawing board and think I want to do this and what do I really love, and not just because it's something that is a part of like what I grew up with. And DC really, like, you have to like be particular if you want to be financially all right with it and not it burn a hole in your pocket. And so DC is what I've always loved since I was a kid, and I just stuck with it and decided to do that. And the line for it is incredible.
Yeah, I mean, DC does have great lines, and you're right. It is an endless pit of, once you start going down that road of buying, whether it's Hot Toys or statues, it starts to just burn. I mean, it just starts to burn a hole, because then you go, oh my God, I want this figure, and then they came out with another one, and you're like, I want this one. And you're right, you have to pick the ones that you like, because if not, you are just gonna start buying everything up in the sun, and and then you're right, it takes a lot of space. Now, in your collection, I saw frequently you started to put a lot of the Justice League statues. Is this new stuff that you've been getting, or this is old figures you already got, but you started to put up because the movie came out to show everybody?
I had a couple of them already, but I never posted them. Like I said, like last year, I just went through this I lost my father a few years ago. And then, so I went through this, the phase of, the mourning and stuff. And it just really kind of knocked me out. I was off Instagram for a little while. And so that really, I just went into just a little depression phase. And so I kind of just put a huge, I went cold turkey on collecting and stuff. And then like lately, I just started with I knew I was going to do this since it was announced. I knew I wanted to go big and just show my love and appreciation for the DC EU. And I had some stuff I had already, a couple figures, but mostly they've been newly added. I have we talked about that, the Black Superman, Nightmare Batman. I have that one on pre-order too. Yeah, and I'm hoping they reissue a couple more figures, because like the market is vicious, man. It's a really dangerous rabbit hole. And since now DC is trending, the figures right now, they were worth a couple $100. Now they're going for like double, triple.
Yeah, and it's funny because I remember me and you had a conversation through Instagram, because I remember I brought it up to you. I was like, man, because I knew I wasn't gonna get that Dawn of Justice version of Nightmare Batman, and I remember telling you, like, they're gonna have to come out with a reissue version. And then that week they introduced the dual pack, which I'm telling people, if you're a fan, get yourself the dual pack, because it is a great price point at $515 for two of the biggest DC characters you could get, especially Superman in the black suit and then Batman in that. And for me, it was a win-win. Once I saw you put up the Flash, I was like, holy crap. I was like, are they going to reissue Flash? Because now watching the movie, now I want all of them in my collection.
Yeah. And that's how the market works, man. The scalpers, they know that, and they jack those prices up, man. So Flash, I swear you could have gotten him for like $150 not too long ago, and now they know, what's going on, and it's crazy. But that's like back to, like I was telling you, that rabbit hole, man. And when I started, I had gotten Thor from, what was it, the Dark World edition. And then I watched Avengers, the first one. I'm like, oh, I want that one too. He looks different. His hair's blonder and he has blonde eyebrows. I got to get that one. And then it's just a crazy rabbit hole. And if you have endless wallets, pockets, that's cool. But it's really, with me, it's more than just like a financing thing. It's like, it's really have emotional ties to like the characters. It's not really just because you can flex it and buy them. And it's more than that. It's really more than that with me.
Are you one of those that if you see, let's say, the movie version, let's just say for a hypothetical, you have the Ben Affleck version of Batman, and then you see like the comic book version that looks very awesome, and you're like, do you buy a different Batman, or are you more into the movie style of these characters, or are you just like, okay, I'll just get whatever?
It's a little bit of both, I would say. Mostly, like I said, I've just gotten my feet wet with the Hot Toys, and the Batman line for them. It's really, I think the ones that I missed out on are just ridiculously, up there with the Michael Keaton one, and that's one I do plan on getting. But if Sideshow, if Hot Toys makes them, I'll get them. It's just depending on what they make, because they don't really have a huge line of the vintage comic book iterations of Batman as far as 6 scale. And like I said, I'm being particular and I'm trying to stay that way, keep a strategy, and I want it, 6 scale DC only. And as far as anything that Hot Toys has made, they do have the Arkham Knight coming out. I don't know if you've seen that one. It's like he's all black.
No, I did not see that one.
Excuse me, the Batman Beyond, not Arkham Knight. It's the Batman Beyond. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He should be coming out in the second quarter of this year. I got him coming. That'll probably be my first non-DCEU Hot Toy, and I'm really looking forward to getting that one. He looks badass.
Yeah, and it's funny because there was one that came out. I'm trying to look it up right here, the actual name of the statue. But there was a Batman one I pre-ordered. Oh, there we go. It's Detective Comic 1000 statue.
Is that by DC Collectibles?
Prime One Studios.
Okay, yeah, no, Prime One Studios. They're a really high end company.
Yeah. So there was a specific one, and I'm like you. I buy specific to the collection. I'm a huge Batman fan, so I mean I'm gonna have Batman, of course. But when it comes to statues, I'm very specific because I want that Grail piece to center the entire collection. And I was talking to my wife, and I was like, listen, it has to be, if I'm going to get me an expensive statue, it has to be a Batman that it's the way that I want. You know what I mean? Like, it can't be like this weird, wacky Batman. Yeah. So they sold this 1000 issue, and it's the one that I really wanted. Him on top of a rooftop, which this is on top of a rooftop, and his cape is flapping, and it has, like, wings and stuff. Now, this is 41 inches in tall. And you know how they are. They get scaled. I mean, the higher the price, the bigger, the taller, the heavier they weigh. Right. So this one is like, it's 1,000 limited. So it's not, and that's the thing I like about these statues. It's not like you're gonna have too many of them because it's a Grail piece in your collection because there's only 1,000. But this one's 1,500.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that the legendary scale?
It's the Master Series.
Oh man.
Yeah, Museum Masterline series. Okay. And that's the same as my Joaquin Phoenix. If you can see it back there in the red.
Yeah. But, I'm really jealous of that one, man. The best I could do with that was the HW toy, SW toy one that's coming. I got him coming in the mail, but yeah, man, and that's another thing that changes. You got to get married and you have kids and you have to I had my daughter had a hard time coming in the room knowing like she saw I had the Thanos armor. She was terrified of him, and it's just hard to sleep. My room is next to her room. My man cave it's next to her. So you just gotta compromise and you have to keep a lot of things into consideration when you have something like this. And so I kind of boxed them up so she wouldn't see him no more. She was terrified of the gauntlet too. I had the gauntlet from Hasbro, and she was terrified of that thing. So just had to box it up. So it's a lot of things to take into consideration when doing this.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right, and that's the thing. Like, I don't have much statues. Like, the ones that I have is like the ones that I want in the centerpiece, but then everything else is like Hot Toys. But again, the Batman and Superman are like my first two Hot Toys of that DC, and I think I'm gonna go down your route. I think I'm just gonna stick to the Hot Toys because 1,500, it's expensive. I could buy like 6 Hot Toys if you really think about it, right? Like you can put together a whole Justice League for that much money.
But it holds value to you, man. That's important, man. Like I know collectors that have shit. They have I don't know. They have the Hot Toys to movies that they couldn't even tell you a scene or a line from the movie, and they own the Hot Toys. That really is just bizarre to me. I know quite a few people that just scoop these up like ice cream, like it's crazy, and they could really care less about the actual film itself. It's just a different,
Have you ever looked into the DC multiverse? Like today, I went to Walmart and I found this.
Yeah. I've seen those around. Yeah.
Have you been like intrigued? Like I'm not like pushing you or whatever. I just want to know, like, is this something that you go, oh, okay? If you see something cool in this line and you go, wow, that would be pretty cool if I put it with my DC collection Hot Toys.
Honestly, I haven't been into the Walmart aisle or anything in toy aisle in years. I do see a lot of my friends post those. I think the last one I was gonna get, bro. was that Will Smith Deadshot a few years back,
Yeah.
and he was like 12 inches.
Mm-hmm.
And that one was the last time I really looked at those. And then I saw that they were making a Hot Toy one. It's just, I'm like, how can you can even compete with that? And it's just, it really is not something that stuck in my head, but I'm aware of them, and they are pretty neat. They do make a larger variety of characters in those lines, and I wish Hot Toys would do that.
Yeah, and the cool thing about that line is the fact that you're right. They give you different styles, and the thing is, Tom Mcfarlane is like a big look like Batman fan, because all it comes out with is just straight Batman, every different versions of it. And the so far the best one that I got my hands on is the Red Hood.
Okay.
He looks phenomenal. I don't know if you've seen that figure, but it looks really good. And I was like, okay, now you know what? $20 is not bad. So I started to like get the ones that I like, and I was like not Nightmare Batman. They had Flashpoint Thomas Wayne version, which looks outstanding. But you're right. Once you see the Hot Toys and the $500 or more, they're more detailed. They're more bigger. And
it's also more than that. Like, I don't want it to get, like I said, that's another rabbit hole, bro. If I get those, man, then I'm gonna want to get all of them, and that's really just gonna mess up the flow of my room and how it looks, and all cluttered. Like, I've seen people have like literally like an army inside a little detail glass case, and it's just, I don't know. That's just, that to me, that's just something that is it really because you love it, or is just hoarding at this point,
Yeah. No, I totally understand you. It's true. Like, and the thing is like, for me, it's more like, oh man, there's different Batmans. Oh, I gotta now get different Batmans, and like, and that's the thing. You're right. It's a rabbit hole. It's a dent in your wallet, and then once they start introducing that into the Hot Toy area, that's where you start going, oh crap, now this is Thomas Wayne version. I gotta get him because Thomas Wayne is awesome. And you want that in your collection. Now let's talk about a little bit of Wonder Woman, because I see you have a Wonder Woman to your right or your left on your camera. How many Wonder Womans do you have, and which one do you like out of the ones that you got?
I have two, bro. I have the training version, and I have the Batman vs Superman version. I was gonna get the Justice League version, and there wasn't really too much similarities that I like that I could justify owning a second one.
Yeah.
So I ditched it because I love the Batman versus Superman stand better. But I honestly would say the training version. I like her hair, and I don't like rooted hair. I'm not a big fan of the rooted hair.
Okay.
I like that molded hair and her the little braid she's got tied down. It looks really, really, really cool. I like that a lot. I did order. Did you by a chance pre-order the Golden Armor edition?
I did not get the golden armor because I wasn't too fan of the golden armor.
Oh, okay.
Like, I wanted to have
cool.
I wanted to have Wonder Woman, but I wanted to have her in the like the one that you have behind you, but the Gal Gadot, like, it looks a little bit more like Gal Gadot, not like the comic book version or like some other person in the suit.
Gotcha.
So I'm waiting to see if Justice League, if they come out with another Justice League version, it's more looking like her.
Gotcha.
I wasn't too crazy with the gold suit. I was just like, but you know what? I mean, I could see. I mean, because you have the training in that one, so I kind of see you want to get your.
Yeah, I think something like that is gonna have a presence about it. Like all my figures, like the Batman ones, they have just a presence about them when you see them in person. I think the Golden Armor is no exception. Another thing I want to cover was just like the finance part. Once you're like, I feel like I'm pretty much like caught up with what I have. I'm content with what I own. Yep. And so I don't have to like go to, these deals, these pages and find sales and consistently always, refresh eBay and see what kind of deal I can find. Once you get to a place where you can just order, like, you just wait on pre-orders to go live, a lot of people, they don't really realize that Hot Toys, they have a really cool flexible payment programs.
Yeah.
Well, most of them. And so it's not really like, I'm not, you're not dropping like hundreds of dollars on each figure. And they give you like a year in advance notice, and you just do payment plans, and not like that. I mean, you can buy it in whole, but there's no point. You're not going to get it for over like a year. And so I got the Bat Pod. They reissued the new Batman, Dark Knight from the Christopher Nolan one. I got him on pre-order. Got Wonder Woman. The Batman, the Batman Beyond one. He should be coming. I paid him off already. He's coming, like I said, the second quarter. And everything else, yeah, it's just all pre-order now. It's not really much out there, I feel like, unless I find like a really cool deal. But it's a good feeling when you caught up. You don't have to like worry about paying scalper's fee for figures.
No, absolutely, and that's why I was so happy when I saw your post on the Nightmare Batman thing, and I was like, "Holy crap! I gotta run and get it," because I already knew that was gonna sell. And you're absolutely right. It's one of those things you have to jump on. And the one that I really missed out also is him in the armor with the glowing eyes. Like I missed out on that one, and I can see. I think you have it behind you. I don't know if that's the version, right?
I was gonna tell you. He just came in yesterday, so I'm showing you. Like you're the first person that's gonna see this. This is the damaged edition.
Yes, that's the one I wanted, man.
Yeah.
Oh, how much did you pay for that, if I may ask?
I traded. Actually, it was a trade, bro. I traded a few statues that I've had in my closet that I haven't wanted. That I haven't really. There was a guy I found on one of these Facebook pages, and I just traded a couple statues that I had. And yeah, he comes with the Kryptonian spear, and
nice.
You can see the Ben Affleck. I like the sculpt
helmet?
right here. You can kind of see the sculpt a little bit. I don't know how good you can see it, but the Affleck, it's definitely there. And the paint profile, it's pretty spot on though. But yeah, he just came in yesterday. I was gonna wait to go live to show him and unbox him, but I just couldn't wait.
No, I won't blame you. Yeah, that looks fantastic, and I think that's the one I wanted to get also. That one I might have to hunt because I do like that damaged version of it. I don't know if
I've seen him go for. I think the minimum goes like $375, $400.
That's not bad-ish. But it's not like 800 like the Nightmare Batman, like 1,000 if you really look at it on eBay.
Yeah, no, you should have saw my DM box. I got so much like people were just like laughing at me because they announced the release for them, and then and then some of my friends know what I paid for the Nightmare Batman, and they're like, "Oh, you should have waited." And to be honest, if I could have done it again, I definitely wouldn't have changed a thing because it's not really. I'm just really, fortunate to be in a position in my life where something like that's not really gonna just
hurt you,
mess with my pockets. Yeah. So like, it's just not really something that is a big deal to me. But I know these collector group pages, man, they're savages out there.
Well, the problem also is like people always have like those type of comments, like, oh, you should have waited. But what they don't understand is, regardless if we have the Justice League version Nightmare Batman, you still got the Dawn of Justice version of that character with the plate that says Dawn of Justice on it. I don't know if it has that, but you have that version of it, and that's the great thing about it. And I give you a lot of props, man, because you waited 5 years, where I can't. I mean, can I? Yes, but if I'm gonna spend $1,000 on a 12-inch version. You know what I mean? And
no, I definitely didn't pay $1,000.
No, I know. I'm just saying
he kept going down in price because of the fact that I think people knew that there was a reissue coming.
Yeah,
and that's another thing. I encourage people that are either new to collecting 6-scale figures or just statues, join group pages. There's a ton of them on Facebook. There's a community on Instagram. People are always willing to trade, give you deals. It's eBay and Mercari aren't the only places. There's a whole community where people will make you deals, just like I did for this guy. I had him on the radar for a while, and there's just a guy that came along and just inquired, hey, anyone have anything to trade? There's a few figures I'm trying to get rid of. Let me know. And I had some. I gave him a few. I had the NECA quarter scale Terminator.
Okay.
And then I had the Alien, and then I had one of my collectibles from I forget what to call it. That age that I never even opened it, bro. It was a Journal Zod. It was like you build them. I forget what to call it. You have to put them to piece together, and he's like 10 inches. I never even opened it. I forgot I had it, and then now I got this guy. So it's really other ways of doing it, just like steelbook hunting and collecting. There's pages, there's groups where you can find a bargain.
Now, in terms of your collection, your entire collection, how much Hot Toys figures you have, like in terms of total?
Right now, I have 13, and then I have out of the 13, I'm only displaying 9 because I'm moving.
Yeah.
And then I was in the middle of redoing my dude. I'm like I'm telling you, man, I'm always just like evolving, like changing my display, changing what I want to do, and I only have like room for 9 for display. I hate clutter. I really hate clutter, and in the middle of that, we discovered we need to move. Like our jobs are asking our locations going to a different place, so we're not moving too far, maybe like a couple hours, but we're finding a different place. So I'm starting to box up my whole room all around here. It's all boxed up, but I'll be moving this spring, and yeah, I have that many, and then I have at least 6 on pre-order.
Yeah.
I totally forgot. Did you see those Batman Forever pre-orders? And what did you think about that?
I
Val
got
Kilmer and Chris O'Donnell.
Yeah, I've got I did the sonar suit Batman.
Okay, yeah, I'm still in the air. I'm still in the air with him. Yeah,
I did not get Robin,
bro. I want him, but damn, man, I'm like it just the whole paint, the paint on him it's kind of weird. It's a little vivid for me.
Yeah, but, it's not that I don't hate Robin. I think he's a cool character, but I'd rather have Nightwing version of Robin. There's just something, and you're right, that movie version, he looks like a porn star. Like, it looks weird. Like his
the whole crotch area.
Yeah, it looked weird.
Bizarre. It's bizarre, bro.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? I'm going to go Val Kilmer because he looks like Val Kilmer. And I was like, you know what? And that was my favorite suit in the movie, was the sonar when he goes silver. So I was like, you know what? He doesn't look as creepy. And I was like, I do want to collect all the Batmans, like even the Clooney one I'll pre-order. But yeah, I would go with that, but not Robin. You know, like even my wife was like, "Yo, that's an ugly figure," and she's not big on like. I'll show her like, "Look what this is what I'm gonna pre-order," and she'll be like, "This is awesome," or she'll be like, "This looks ugly." Like, and that one she was like, "This don't look good." And I was like, "Yeah."
What do you know about third-party companies, bro? You got any figures, any kind of product from them?
So I brought 3-0. I don't know if you heard of them. I brought the Stallone Rambo 3. I do not like him. No, I don't like it
because they just made a Robin from the Titan show, and he looks pretty damn cool. And the Green Goblin is one I'm seeing a lot on my feed from the Spider-Man movie, the Tobey Maguire one. Yeah. But yeah, I got my first one is the SW Joker, and he's on his way.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be showing that one, and I've seen the tons of videos on how to alter them and just the pros and cons, and so that was the one. I think they had like 5 different third-party companies make the Joaquin Phoenix Joker.
Yeah, the Joaquin Phoenix one that I have, like I said, the only one I had was the statue because I was like, it's just gonna be a statue. I'm not too big on assembling or positioning because I'm very scared that I'm gonna break their arm or something.
I keep them in museum pose, bro. Yeah, all my figures are all museum pose. Like, look, my Flash, he's like in a museum pose. He just stands like this the whole time. I'm not gonna bend him or nothing.
Dude, I'm with you. Me and you are the same type because like my John Wick, I put the gun on and I have him holding the gun up. I was like, I'm not even trying to position. It was hard to put the gun in his hand anyway. So I was like, that is it. The Heath Ledger, because I have my wife brought me, that was the first ever Hot Toy she got me, was the version 1 bank robber version. Oh, okay. And that one's over there is behind the boxes because like I'm moving also to the basement. I'm moving my entire office because we're having another child. So this is gonna be my 2 kids' room, and then we're building the nursery, and then the basement is a finished basement. So that's gonna be more space, and we're gonna do that. But I unboxed the version 1, and I was like, wow, this detail is crazy on this in this one. And I saw you have version 2. Of the Joaquin, not Joaquin, the Heath Ledger. So many damn Jokers. But this is the question that I got for you. Are you going to pull the trigger on the Nightmare Joker Jared Leto version if it comes out?
Absolutely. Yeah, dude. Like I said, I'm going to try to just stick with DC and keep the whole line coming as far as figures and avoid all that. Marvel and those other brands. I might get maybe a RoboCop if I see them for a good price. Cause that's something that I always thought I was RoboCop when I was a kid. So it has meaning. It has meaning to me.
Yeah.
And but definitely, yeah, I'm definitely getting him. I was really close to getting the tuxedo Suicide Squad Joker.
Mm.
But I just can't get over. I'm in one of the. I'm on the side where I didn't really like that uh, Joker to begin with. So the Jared Leto, I'm not a big fan of him, but it's grown on me. But
We're there.
um, I've tried, bro. I've tried my best.
No, don't worry about it. I didn't like him at all. That's why I
Yeah,
never I never purchased him because I was like I didn't like the way they designed him. I'd rather just do the Nightmare Joker because I like that
yeah,
version.
yeah. I'll
He looked
definitely
more.
do the Nightmare Joker, and I
Yeah.
saw a third party do. Third party did Lex Luthor when he was in jail with the
Oh,
prison garment on,
okay.
and I saw this really cool display of like a little mini prison scene when they had the little toy advertising, and I thought that I'll try. I'd like to make that, and I had things going on when that was all being released, and I kind of just missed out on it. But I still want to do something like that, and but yeah, I want to go full, steam ahead with just DC.
Now, I heard you said you brought the reissue Batpod. Are
Mm.
you, if they reissue the vehicles like the Batmobiles or different
Oh yeah,
Batmobiles, would
yeah,
you
yep,
jump on them?
yep. Oh, absolutely, man,
Okay.
absolutely. I thought about doing the Daft Toys Bane, but I'm like you had to put them together. You had to get the body. It's like an
Yeah.
M34 Bison body, and you had to put the clothes on, snap the head on. I wasn't really, sure, even though the reviews were out of it. He was a little too short for me. The body wasn't exactly accurate, but so I kind of just passed. But I have been keeping an eye on that Tom Hardy Bane, the Hot Toy edition anyway. But yeah, I definitely want to get the vehicles, and it looks like there's potential in them re-releasing everything. Even the bat. Have you seen that? The flying vehicle. It was
No,
pretty cool.
no, I
Yeah,
didn't see that one.
they have that. Hot Toys has it. It's a beast, bro.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, that would be pretty awesome. Like the only vehicle that I got right now in my collection, I brought I think it's Prime One Studio also, the 1989 Batmobile in the Cave with Michael Keaton.
Oh, okay.
So
All right.
yeah, so I have that one. It's a statue.
Yeah.
I'm like, this thing is badass. So I was like,
Oh yeah,
that's
seen that one. I saw that one on your. Yeah, dude, I saw it. Yeah, that
Yeah.
was really badass. Yeah,
It's
It's actually bigger than I thought. I didn't think it'd be that big. It's huge.
that's the same thing I said when I
Bro,
started to unbox it. I was like, what the hell's the size almost the table?
Yeah, I was like, I thought to myself, I should have just got it too, man. I didn't know it was gonna be that big. And I was, you got it at retail price too. On top of that.
Yeah, 1,000.
Mhm.
Yeah, and I think they still have it.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they still might have it on Sideshow. But yeah, that's one of my biggest things. Like in your collection, what is your prized possession out of all 13 figures, and even the ones that you pre-ordered? What is the one that you go, this is my baby? Like,
Oh man, I don't know, man. I really it would have to probably be one of my Batmans, but man, that's hard because I love them all. I love all the characters. It would have to probably be one of my Batman figures, but I would have I have my Aquaman, and I love that one too. The details on the Aquaman, I haven't really displayed that one yet, but I have the Aquaman from the movie, his standalone film. I have that one.
okay.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell, and then I have more figures coming. So but as of right now, yeah, it's going to be one of my Batmans.
All right. So yeah, look, I just looked it up. They still have the deluxe
Okay,
Batmobile.
cool.
Yeah, it's $1,000, and they have the Justice League.
How does it look close to how close does it look to a 6 scale figure? Like as far as like the scale size would.
Honestly, you could put it next to your Hot Toy.
Yeah.
Like yeah,
Yeah.
it's huge, long.
Okay.
Like yeah,
Cool.
it's long. So let's say you do get the Michael Keaton Hot Toy,
Mhm.
you could actually literally put him right next to it. You could
Okay.
remove. The cool thing about that is the cave where you put it on. It's magnetic, so the car will just
Okay.
attach to it. But you can
Oh,
remove
nice.
the cave and take out the car and just drop it down, and you could just put the Hot Toy right next to it in whatever pose you want. Oh, and they open, so you could put them in if you
Oh,
want.
all right. Cool. That's cool.
Yeah, so yeah, it's pretty cool. They got two versions. They got one without the cave. If you don't want it, it's $700.
All right.
It's 110 scale. I'm even looking here. They got a Justice League one. That's actually
Wow.
yeah. I might
Okay.
jump on that. It's let's see. Height is 9.84 inches. 11 inches is the box. So I don't know. Looks too small for me, but I don't know.
When you order these like ahead of time, do you look in your cave and you're like, okay, you already have a plan, a sought out idea where you want them, or you just go with it and wing it and
Let me
like
just tell you.
we'll make room.
Let me just tell you.
I don't know if you want to answer that.
I'm gonna answer it. This is a uncensored discussion here. When I buy these damn things, I really don't look at the height until I go, holy shit. When I get the box, like for instance, I just actually today my Ash Prime 1 Studio is coming in today. It's 110 pounds, 38 inches. And I'm like, where the hell am I putting this damn thing? Like, because I see Joaquin Phoenix is 28 inches. And that takes almost if you look, it takes almost the whole beast.
Dude, I believe me, I know, man.
Yeah, and now I got the Ghostbusters on side. So I have the two on top, two on bottom. Then I got the Star Wars and then Alien statue in the bottom. Those are my wife's stuff. But the Ghostbusters stuff is mine and the other. But it's really hard. And sometimes I just buy by impulse. You know what? This is what I love. This is what I like.
Yeah,
I'm gonna buy
me
it.
when I started the Hot Toys, man. I had Kylo Ren. I had Thor. I had Captain America. I had all those, and I'm like, what am I doing here, man? What am I doing?
Yeah, and the thing with Marvel, like, it's nothing against Marvel or nothing. There's no character that I would buy, like for me that I'm attached to, because I'm more attached to the DC characters. Like I'm more attached to the Batmans more than the Marvel movies. So
there's a lot of significance that goes behind that's what it is with me too, man. And like I said, I'm not knocking people that love collecting that just collect. Like there's not at all. But it's just, to me, there's got to be some kind of justification here to drop what you're doing on these things that you're putting money into, investment and all that. And some people look at it as a business, with intentions on reselling and upholding its value. So it's different areas.
Yeah, and the crazy thing also that I'm even thinking for myself, I'm starting to just stop buying movies in general. Like only the ones that I want.
Yeah, it's
that's
so
what
crazy
I'm buying.
That you said that, because that's exactly where I'm at, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like, I don't need a premium for what Adam Sandler's Pixels. I don't need a premium steelbook for that. Like, it's definitely died down a lot for me, and because of the whole last year with the COVID and everything, physical media in general, they kind of like have put like it's not as big as it has been with releases that I would be interested anyway. We had two Marvel movies, one Marvel movie, Black Widow, that would have been out by now, and all these movies that were put on hold and pushed back that we would have had physical copies for. I'm sure I would have probably been one of the ones that would have owned multiple copies of that movie. And so with all that going on, it really kind of just put things into a different, perspective on what I really want to do. Is this really what I want to keep on doing, buying, 10 copies of each movie? And it's really not for the benefit of physical media. Really, I'm kind of putting the brakes on it for a little bit.
Yeah, no, look, dude, you're saying everything spot on. I mean, I talked to one of my co-hosts yesterday, and I'm like, yo, dude, I might just go digital, because half of these movies, like, let's be honest with each other. Yeah. Godzilla comes out today, right? Came out 4K version, whatever.
Yeah.
Regardless if you like it or hate it, how many times are you gonna pop it on?
Yeah, bro, I didn't even break a sweat to think to go to just speed down to Best Buy and go get it. Really, I know there's some subtle differences, especially like with the lighting according to some of the reviewers, the 4K reviewers I've seen. But it's not something where I have to like have it on in my collection. It's not a day one for me like it was. Usually, I'd have things on pre-order far ahead of time, and it just sometimes I'd forget, and they just come to my house, and I just would pop them in and watch them. But it's not something that's imperative for me to have anymore at this point. And with the digital and the setup I have a OLED LG, and I have a Sonos setup, and the difference with the physical and the streaming, there is a little bit as far as to the eye. Like, it's not something that an electronic connoisseur is gonna the regular person, like my friends or my daughter, my wife, they're not gonna notice it, the difference. But one of the differences I can tell is just the audio, but it's nothing crazy with physical, as far as like trying to justify, or if I really want to keep buying physical. And abandon it altogether. There's some movies I think deserve to be watched through like with the best viewing experience possible.
Yeah.
But as far as everything else, we just got the streaming is where I'm going to go with.
Yeah, I mean, but you're saying it right. Like, I'm not truly abandoning the physical, because I'm gonna buy Justice League in the physical copy, the Steelbook. Yeah, of course I am. But everything else, I'm looking at my collection. I'm like, I have not popped nothing in my player in a long time. Whereas me and my wife is laying down and we go through the digital codes that I have, or I go, you know what? I'm gonna buy this movie. Why? Because it's $10 and I don't have to pay $35 for a 4K edition. And put it on. Like, and again, half of these people, and let's be honest, not many people will tell the difference between 4K digital or disc if you put it on. So at this point, it's just it's out of you're buying it to show it off on your Instagram. If you want to, put it and everyone likes your photo and say, hey, this is a cool Steelbook. Great. Whatever. For me, it takes way too much space on my walls. And I'm like, and I collect all the other ones. If I join the franchise, I will buy a physical. If it's one of those that I know I'm never going to see it again, or I will like 20 years from now, it's going to go digital. At this point, now it's going to become a digital. And I'm okay with it. Like, I'm totally okay with it. So,
Same here, man. Same here. But Justice League, I'll be getting all the copies for that. Like, whatever they got.
Like, I noticed that I seen you put the Meta Labs version, certain others. Like, it's funny. I don't own none of those copies, none of the movies and those stuff, because I never heard of those.
Yeah, stay away from that, bro. Don't.
Yeah,
even
once I saw you put that up, I went to the site and I was like, oh no. I was like, that is not. And then I saw on eBay they're going for like $400.
Yeah. Stay away from that, man. That's like, again, I'm doing that too. That's another thing. I'm just sticking strictly with DC with my premiums. Just DC and that's it, man. Like, it's better, and I feel way better. You know it's the right thing to do, and you can just look at your collection and reflect on it, and like, this is what I want. And want it to look like, and it has like a more cohesive theme to it. I really love what I'm doing with my setup.
No, but your setup is great because you're focusing on, like your favorite DC movies or all of them, it's 9 of them out, whatever it is, but you're focusing on them and you're going, okay, I'm going to get the premiums because you have a collection of that. Now imagine if you're going 22 movies of Marvel plus the DCs plus everything that comes down the line, that's going to be a heavy price tag on your wallet, and you're gonna be like, oh, okay, so that's great for that. But like someone that don't collect the Meta Labs or other stuff, it's like, okay, just get like, I own all the steel books, and if I see one that's what's his name, Jim Lee drew on it, I run out and get it. I was like, there's no way. So I own the Man of Steel version. I got the crappy Justice League version of that. The Batman v Superman, the Aquaman version. So I'm like, okay, I got those, but I don't got your high tech Meta Labs version. Because when I saw that, I was like, man, this dude is going far beyond his collection, and I love it.
The Wonder Woman Blue fans, I posted it last night on my story. That premium just went live today, actually.
And I've been sold out in 2 minutes.
Yeah, well, it's the way they do it is they go by tiers and like levels of collectors in the group buy that I'm involved in with. Yeah. Anyway, so like you're still not even guaranteed a copy because these are coming from China, and it's a process. It's fun, but it's just like I said, man. You just gotta really stay true to yourself and what you're passionate about, and what really and what means the most to you. And like I said, I'm not gonna buy 5 copies of Sonic, and but like it's just you gotta prioritize if you want to.
You're right, because I own 7 copies of John Wick 3, and I own 4 part 1s, and again, that's my favorite franchise. But how many times are you gonna put
got the Hot Toy,
and I got the Hot Toy, I got the coins, I got the blood
that's
oath
cool,
marker.
Man. That's real cool. I love seeing stuff like that, man. Yeah, for sure.
So like movies, franchises like that, I will buy. But not no more multiple. Like if China has a different version, I am not gonna spend X, Y, Z for that version. When you like, how many times are you gonna open up that? You know what I mean? That Matty Labs just to put that one movie, which you got the U.S. version of, unless it comes out with a different scene.
When it comes down to those, honestly, bro, it's really like, think of it as like a form of art. It's like a canvas, and the different art prints that are in each sleeve, the effort that goes into those editions. You can. The cases have texture. They're not like your traditional US release. They're pretty thick. They have like a canvas,
Mm-hmm.
they have a gloss finish, whatever. Just it's different when you display it. It's the way I look at things like that. Those releases is just like artwork to me. And I like displaying them. I have different, there's so much different iterations of them.
Yeah, no, they look. I mean, when I saw your thing, I was like, this looks fantastic. When I saw it and I saw it opened, and I was like, I would have brought all of them. But once I saw them joints were like 300, I was like, yeah, you can keep them things. I was like, I'm good with that. But I enjoy my steel books. I'm good with that. The Jim Lee covers are great. But no, that's really cool. But I mean, I don't want people to think like I'm shitting on physical media. I am not shitting on physical media. It's just that you have to draw a point where are you like you said, are you gonna buy Sonic the Hedgehog 4K, then you're gonna get the steelbook version of Sonic the Hedgehog, then you're gonna get the UK version that comes with a different cover. Like, you have to draw a line, especially where you're collecting statues or hot toys or whatever other stuff you got, other hobbies that you're doing. And even if you're doing a YouTube channel, because a lot of people have YouTube channels, it's a lot of money coming out your pocket, regardless if it is free to do the YouTubes, but you still got to buy equipment to broadcast cameras. So, you got to know the fine line between what type of stuff you want to collect and the stuff you want to go digital. And I don't see nothing wrong going digital on movies.
No, not at all, man. And there are a lot of things that, like, especially like new collectors. When I first started, collecting, when I had gotten my first real good job, and I was just buying everything, bro. I was buying all Blu-rays, just buying anything. I came to a point where now, flash forward now to 2021, the market now for steelbooks is so oversaturated.
Mm-hmm.
Even with like the Manta Lab and the premium perspective side of it, there's so many companies. When I started, there was only like 2, maybe 3 real main ones, but now it's just to the point where like a lot of the art is being recycled. We got the art of the cover on the Manta Lab is now this other company is using it on their steelbook. And so another company they're going to go and recycle that art, and they're going to put, the inside cover art of that steelbook in the front of their steelbook. And it's just a perpetual circle of just recycled cover art. And now there's just so many of them. And it's really just comes down to like, which one do you like the most? Which one catches your eye? Which one dropped the best quality and effort in their release? But back to like, just your standard releases, it's so saturated. It's not really the quality and what like Best Buy Americas and all of them they're pushing out. It isn't what it used to be. If you really compare a steelbook now to where, back in, the early 2010s and stuff, it's changed. It's changed a lot. And to me, it's just not as valuable anymore. I think they're just, they're going to come out with, Best Buy came out with like 4 Wonder Woman steelbooks, and it's always just to make a quick buck.
Yeah. I mean, to me, it never made sense why they release 100,000 steelbooks, but they already know everyone's going to go get it. A few more questions, and then we start ending it. Question about this. What do you think of, are you like a type person that just buys it just to take photos on your Instagram, like the day of, like the Tuesday? So let's say today's Godzilla steelbook, I think comes out today in 4K. Would you run out to Best Buy and get it and take photos? Or what do you think of people that do that in general?
I mean, I don't know. Like, that's not something I really thought about. Like when I do it, I try to. The way I do my posts, like I've been doing this DC theme, as you've seen.
Yeah.
I posted almost all those pictures I posted this month. I took a weekend day and I did all of that in a weekend, over a weekend period. And that's how I've always usually done. I'll do whatever I'm posting for that week. I'll do it like on a Saturday or a Sunday, like everything that I'm going to be posting that week prior to. But I mean, people are excited. They want to share. They want to be the first, either whether they want to be the first or not. They want to share what they bought. I think it's just important not to let it like control you, control your wallets, let it affect your relationships, your family, and stuff like that. But I think it just everyone's different. I guess their approach to it. But I think it's cool to get out there and share what you bought. It's just just be prepared. You know, your wall, your stream is gonna look a lot really repetitive. Everyone uploading the same movie on a Tuesday.
No, absolutely. I mean, for me, like the way I feel is I feel like you're getting it to get it for yourself, or you're just getting it to be a poser and just to take a photo and go, hey, because, you know, every Tuesday I'm going to get this and everyone's going to get the same thing. And let me just join the fun on taking photos on the same, you know, the same day. Or like I said, Godzilla.
Yeah. I can read the captions. I get the vibes off of collectors. You can read their captions on, you know, whether they have like a descriptive detailed about the film or not, you know. I don't know. I've never really paid attention to that, but I've always been, like I said, I've been the type that I usually will just spend one day out of the week and take pictures of what I'm going to be uploading.
Yeah. All right. So one more question. What do you want to tell everyone that are beginners or starting out? Like some pros and cons on if they want to start collecting. Like, what is your
man,
tips?
I think we covered some of it, but there's just so much, bro. It's like an endless.
Yeah.
It's really just, you know, some people like cinema, some people like there's just different types, you know, that within the film community, there's those, you know, philosophical, real, you know, people that like just strictly, you know, films that are, you know, have cohesive storylines that make sense to them. And then there's like your popcorn movie guys like me. Like I like, you know, I'm really a casual fan. I like things that just, you know, to me that I like that make me happy. That might not make sense to other people. Like I wasn't an advocate for the Joss Whedon Justice League, but I didn't mind it. You know, I own a lot of physical copies of it, but really just pace yourself, you know, be selective. It all depends on your budget, what you're working with. You just got to be real careful because it's a rabbit hole that gets really, really gets you in deep if you don't.
Yeah, look, in terms of everything we talked about today, look, take that. Hopefully it helps you with your collection, or if you're trying to build whether it's statue collection, whether it's hot toy collection, whether you guys are into physical media, choose wisely. Don't go all crazy and try to burn out your wallet, because then it starts to catch up to you. Again, it's different, man. It's different from now when I started. There's so many companies now, man. You got to be real selective and what really means a lot to you, you know. Yeah, pretty much. And again, there's great flex payment plans. Sideshow is where I buy mostly all my stuff. I buy it through Sideshow, so they have great stuff. Again, if you guys want the Nightmare Batman or the Black Suit Superman, it's still available. $515 over on Sideshow. I think it's like $50 or $100 down, and then you pay the rest throughout. Patience is key in this beast of collecting, man. Patience. You got to get that FOMO, that fear of missing out. You got to get it out of your system, man. Because one thing I've learned over the course of like the Instagram is, at the end of the day, like no one's really going to look at you any different. You know, whether you post that release or post this toy that day or that, be the first one to do it. No one's going to really, you know, I don't feel like, you know, people are really going to judge you on that. You know, at the end of the day, a lot of them they're just strangers. Yeah, I mean, either they don't even care if you drop the money. So look, to be honest with you, you could put a $3,000 statue. They're gonna like it, but they ain't gonna care you spend $3,000. They're just gonna like your photo. At the end of the day, you're the one who spent the $3,000, and you're sharing it to the world. And that's the cool thing. The payment plan is $57.94 to drop first. So that's all you have to put down if you really want this dual set, and then you have a payment plan of $8 if you want, and then you could drop it all the way down to $2 if you want. So there you have it. That's Sideshow Collectible. If you guys want any questions, you could drop them now, and I could ask Hector or myself. But I'm going to go up the chat because there was a lot of people talking while we were having our discussion here.
Oh, were there?
Yeah, there was a lot of cool people here. So we have Chad in the house. We have Bill, Jay Manley, 4K Corner, Robert Makes the Cut, Dallas Cowboy Fan is in here. Let me see what some of them said. Bill says, I'm physical media all the way, but there is truth on what he said. 4K Corner says Alex is speaking truth. I guess is the whole digital and all that stuff we were talking about. Dallas Cowboy Fan says restore the Snyderverse. That's not happening. Warner Brothers already shut the door on that.
Yeah, man, it broke my heart.
Yeah.
it was. I couldn't fall asleep last night, man. That fucked me up.
Yeah, it pissed me off
Broke
too.
my heart.
Yeah. That's how you know a company really don't know what they're doing. Dallas Cowboy fan says Batman and Robin film gives me nightmares. Okay. Chad says great interview. Thank you so much. Robin makes a cut, says impressive. Let's see. Chris says what's sad collecting nowadays are people buy stuff just to collect because it's trending, knowing they don't like it.
Wow.
Jay Manley says, do you have any Adam West Batman in your collection?
No, I don't.
No. I would like to get at least one, him and Burt Ward in my collection. That I wouldn't mind. Like I said, I want to get all the Batman, so might as well go to the 1966 version of Batman.
For sure.
Let me see. Damn, collecting puts a dent in my wallet. He's laughing. That's Chad. All right. Yeah.
Well, thanks for having me, man. I had fun, dude. We gotta do it again.
Yeah, so no, thank you so much, Hector, for being the first guest. This is pretty cool. Again, any of you guys out there, or you catching this on the replay, you guys are collectors that collect statues or figures or even movies, and you want to talk about giving your own tips, tricks, show off some stuff, you could DM me on Levels of Geeks on Instagram. Hector got off. It's okay. It's cool. Let me just bring him down. Let me just remove him and then I'll blow it up. Sorry about that. Boop, boop, boop. All right, there you go. Sorry about that. So yeah, so if you guys want to be part of the Unveil the Grail discussion piece roundtable, collectors roundtable, please DM me on Levels of Geeks on Instagram. It'll be awesome to have different collectors talking about and showing off their work. This is the first episode. Thank you so much to Hector. You can follow him on Instagram as Hect_Thor, like Thor, the Marvel character. And there you have it. 4K Corner. Alex, you buying Godzilla 4K today? Nope, I am not. I am going to get it. If I do, I'm going to keep the digital code for myself and give away Godzilla to somebody. I really don't want it in my collection. Like I said, I'm starting to go digital with a lot of stuff that I know I'm not going to watch again, and Godzilla 4K is one of them. So I might give it away as a prize to the community and keep the digital code. But yeah, so in terms of that, guys, thank you so much. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit the like button if you enjoyed this video. Again, we're going to be having more interviews like this next week. If someone else wants to show off or talk about how they want to do tips and tricks, please DM me so I can have someone lined up for next Tuesday. Unveil the Grail Collectors Roundtable episode 2. It'll be awesome. But again, thank you so much to BX Lenny, 4K Corner, Bill, Dallas Cowboy fan, Robert Makes a Cut, Jay Manley, Chris, trying to say what's up to everybody, and Dallas Cowboy fan. Yeah, again, thank you so much, guys, for tuning into this interview. And again, thank you so much to Hector for coming in, showing off his Batman. For the first time, you got to see his damaged armor Batman live, which now I'm jealous, and now I'm gonna have to go on the hunt to put that in my collection. Until then, guys, be awesome to each other and geek out.